Well, hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about what paralegals wish their attorneys understood. So let's discuss this. There are 6 items, okay? 6. Attorneys, we wish they would be more supportive when it came to attending continuing education and actually paying for that education if indeed it was going to benefit the firm. It's wise if we as paralegals stay up on what is happening in the field that we're in, the area of law we work in. And oftentimes a webinar group will offer online webinars to bring us, the latest information. So we really wish that the attorneys would spring for that, paying for that webinar for us, okay? The thing is, as a paralegal, if my attorney was not open to it, then I would take any time I had coming to me and attend an all-day. Back for several of mine, I had to go in person. And they weren't doing so much on the web at that point. But I've also taught a seminar, a webinar on the web for an organization. It's so much more convenient, And so the closest place for me to go was 3 hours away. So it was not convenient. But once everything went online, then it was a no-brainer that we could attend during a lunch hour, or we could, if it was an all-day, then we might have to take that time off to do that. And you know what? You have to be brave and courageous when you're broaching this subject with an attorney. It may be that if you have an office manager and the attorney hasn't, or attorneys haven't been known to be supportive in this way, and they won't even broach the subject with the attorney. If you have a good relationship with the attorney, don't be afraid to talk about that, there's this class you would like to take, but would the firm be able or willing to pay for that, because it will benefit the firm. I asked the senior partner directly, because I didn't want to go through a middle person who wasn't encouraging and willing to tackle that topic. So don't be afraid to tackle that with the attorney. What's the worst they can do? They'll say no. And in that case, what if they say no? Then I would, if you feel this is going to help your career and help you in your work, then I would spring for that and pay for it yourself. But I would first try to get the attorney to pay for it. Okay, number 2, every paralegal wishes that the attorney would recognize the value of the paralegals in the firm to other people. Meaning, if you are fortunate enough to attend some functions with the attorney, maybe you're going to help out at a Chamber of Commerce meeting or some type of attorney group, and you're going there for whatever reason, then it's nice when the attorney introduces you to people. Okay, and so one of the attorneys I worked for did this on a regular basis, and he was involved with the Rotary, who was involved with the Sister City organization. And in Tulsa, the Sister City was Zelenograd, Russia. And the mayor came over from Zelenograd and came to a Rotary meeting with people from a business college there and other places. And I got to sit with them, and they spoke wonderful English. And it was an incredible time, just to be able to go to that luncheon, and my attorney would introduce me as his paralegal. That's a very nice thing to do, to be recognized. Number 3, adding paralegals to the website. Wonderful move by the firm or corporate legal department to do that, adding the staff to the website, especially when you've had staff there for 3 to 5 years. Add them to the website. It's easy for a web developer to take those down if somebody leaves. So add them and recognize them that way. Clients love to see the staff on the website. It makes the whole thing feel more cohesive and warmer, I believe. Number 4, recognize your paralegal's achievements. So if someone went for a degree or a certificate after they started working at the firm, or they had a certificate and earned an advanced certificate in something else, and they mentioned it, it would be nice to honor them and take notice and recognize that, and let others know that, and let that paralegal know that you are aware of this, and kudos to you for making the effort. Okay, so that's number 4. 5, paralegals need a heads up as much as possible as to, whether the attorney heard something from the client that needs to be thought about, put into a document, whatever it is, that the attorney mention it and keep the paralegal in the loop at all times. I've been in a situation where the attorney thought he or she told me something, never did. They were upset because something wasn't done. I said, you never mentioned it. I had a whole page of notes. Not once was that mentioned in a meeting that we had going over cases. So it's keeping us in the loop at all times so that there are no deadlines dropped and no information is neglected, okay? Number 6, this is the final one, and a biggie. Weekly meetings is having a weekly meeting is so important, and it can take 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the most. You can go through cases, and especially the most active cases that are coming up against deadlines. You must go over that with your attorney, and I wish the attorneys would be more proactive in holding these meetings and going over that with the staff. I had a senior partner approach me and say, I'm really worried that the balls are going to be dropped and we're going to be in a world of hurt. And I said, well, there's a way to avoid that. And so we talked about having a meeting where we eat together, and we did that, and it worked. It also showed who was dropping the ball, and that needed to be taken care of. And it was, where that person needed to be on, that it was a paralegal, needed to be on the ball more than she was. So, and paying attention and using the systems that we put in place so that nothing would be dropped. But there was a refusal to use those systems. So that can't be tolerated. And those weekly meetings, going over all of that is very important so that it brings it to light. Because people who are not doing their job tend to hide things. And so when you have a meeting bringing it to light, including attorneys, they'll be scrambling to make sure they know where their cases stand. Okay, so those are the 6 things. Okay, we wish the attorneys would be more supportive regarding continuing education. Wish that the attorneys would recognize our value and say so to other people. Number 3, adding paralegals to the website. Number 4, paralegals need a heads up as much as possible, whether there's some new detail that needs to be talked about. If the paralegal is not in the loop, that can cause a lot of issues. And number 6, weekly meetings, so that all of this can be in a nice little, tight little box wrapped with a bow, and no cases will be neglected and everything will run smoothly. Okay, so that is it for today. Please be sure that you look in the description box below and you will see several links. A couple of the links you'll see free next to it. Those are One is a free video, one is a free PDF. And the free PDF is a new ebook that I've created that has 19 tips in it. And I go into some detail with those tips. So make sure, and that's for entry-level, brand new, beginner paralegals, okay? So make sure you get that PDF. You have to click the link and then sign up in order to access the PDF. And the other is a free video. It's really related to getting more callbacks when you send in your resume and cover letter. So watch that video, please. And same process, click the link, and you may have to sign up again. I'm not sure how that works, but just get into the member vault area and you'll see when you click that link. And these will benefit you. While you're watching the video, take notes, okay? And that is it for today. So have a great day. Any questions, comments, post below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just to say, hi, did you enjoy the video? Was it helpful to you? I love hearing your feedback. So let me know what you're up to, what area of law you're focusing on if you feel like it. But have a great day, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.